I said, by the way, who wants blue team? And for those of you who can't read the chat because it's too low res, Drali said Mew, Ni, me, me. He said Mew, Northeast, Middle East, but then he said me. So he really wanted blue team. He was like speed typing that one. I'm going to have to explain again to everybody where Drali is from, because his flag at the top of your screen there is Canada, because he is Canadian. Or sorry, no, he is Canadian. He's born in Canada. He lives right now in Morocco. So that is why when we queue into a Europe server here, he will have higher ping than Europe. So I'm just going to say set of 4 again in case Evoh missed that in the build-up. I'm sure he was paying attention. But we're going to play 1 game on this server, then we're going to do 2 on US East, and then we're going to do 1 more on Europe. So it's a set of 4. We could have a draw today. This is a format I've been wanting to test. We might run it in a event in the future if it's a good one. I think it should be a good one. We start off with 1 game in 1 server, then we get 2 on the other. So it's kind of like the break of serve opportunity. Something you need to know about Drali, if you've never seen him play before, is that he's got the best pre-jump defense in the world. And I say that with no hesitation, because after watching many of his games, I've never seen anything like what he's capable of with the pre-jumps on air dribbles. Evoh's going to need to either bring the best air dribble offense that he's ever done in his life, and he's done some pretty good air dribble offense in his life, or switch up the strategy entirely, because we've seen many players try to air dribble against Drali. We've seen many players fail. He is just extremely good at defending that particular strat, and he's danced around Evoh here. Wants the 2-goal lead. Not going to get it. Evoh, quick to get back. And he's going to equalize here, unless he hits the bar, which he almost did. But he has managed to slot it in just underneath the crossbar. You appreciate the tennis reference? Yeah, I bet all the Wimbledon fans are loving that recently. Swerve808, thanks for the 14-month tier 1. Welcome back to the channel, man. Huge mind game from Drali. Oh boy. He's really convinced Evoh on that one. You have to see from Evoh's POV here. So he saw the flip reset landing, tried to dive in quickly, expecting a shot to be coming his way. Drali just waited, and I think we're probably going to see more of that from Drali. He's pretty good at air dribbling and getting behind the ball into the middle of his air dribble so that he can block any challenges that do come his way. Hope you know Evoh likes to listen to the stream while playing. Okay, I'll be very careful with my advice. Maybe we could just give him some really random advice. Like, you know when you don't know which one of your friends is the one who's leaking information. Like maybe you've got 3 or 4 very close friends and you tell them all a secret and you say don't tell anyone. And then the next day you go to school and the whole school knows your secret. And you think, who did that? Which one of my 4 friends told them? Then you tell them all different secrets and see which one of those secrets gets loose. That's how you find who's sus. Maybe we need to do that. We need to like tell Evoh something really weird. We'll be like, oh wow, I wonder if Evoh knows that Drali's really weak against slow shots aimed straight at the middle of the goal, and then see if he does it on the next attack. I don't think it's gonna work though. Drali's trying to flex a little bit here. He's trying to get the mechanics warmed up. Both players have a really good server actually. This is brilliant for US East connection to Europe. Being at 92, that's about the best you can get. Although I think there's some people who can get low 80s, so it's not the absolute best, but it's still very good. And this is, I think, the best server I've ever seen for Drali in Europe, so I'm not sure where this one is, but we need to get Psyonix to tell us so we can queue it up again. This is the golden server. Evoh's defense has held him in this. Oh, he almost had a 2nd goal as well. Was that a celebration, or was he just waiting to see where the ball was headed? Because he could have probably gotten back to that a bit quicker, and he will be punished for mispositioning. I think that was a bit careless by Evoh, because he landed backwards there, lost all his momentum, couldn't get back to the ball fast enough to just take it for free, and ended up conceding it to Drali. Now he's got to defend against another reset play. Drali saves it till late, but Evoh lunges in the way of him. And brilliant defense from Evoh so far in this game. We didn't get to see a lot of Evoh defense when I casted him last on my stream. It was against Dead Monster, and Evoh just attacked all game. He just attacked pretty much the entire series. And Dead Monster stylistically was having a really hard time against that. But the problem Evoh's got right now is that he can't really do that against Drali, because although Evoh will be able to outpace the majority of people he matches up with, no way he's outpacing Drali. And I don't think anyone can outpace Drali right now in the Rocket League world. Screen Beam Machine, thanks for the 31-month Prime. King Spectre, thanks for 54-month Tier 1. Welcome back, man. Thanks for the mid-stream promo there. I think I've said thanks for all the subs, but if I missed you, just let me know in chat. More mind games on the air dribbles for Drali. Always gets a reset so early on these. It's very difficult to defend. Oh, he's backflipped by accident here, though, and Evoh's clean through to make it a 1-goal game. Now, I've got to remind you guys right now, off the format that we're running with tonight, we are going 1 game Europe, then 2 games US East. If Evoh can sneak a win here, he is in a very good position. Very, very good position. Let's see if he can close it out. And it would be massive if he can, because we've seen Drali beat Daniel twice on US East out of 3 games they played. So it's not going to be easy to win those US East games, you would imagine. Can't think about that right now. He's only thinking about the EU ones. Look at Drali's brilliance. Looking around with the camera while dribbling, while defending, and now he's launched a flick into the roof of the net when Evoh gives him the whole pitch to dribble with, but Drali can see him the whole way. That's just brilliant line of attack from Drali. He's got the ball slightly on the left of his car there so that he can see where Evoh is at all times. If Evoh did turn to challenge, Drali would know exactly when it's coming. We need Ahmad versus Drali. Yeah, I bet you guys would want to see this, because Drali seems like the fastest ones player, and Ahmad touted as the fastest player in threes. But I can tell you what would happen most likely is that Drali would probably be able to dictate the game. Ahmad is extremely fast, but I think Drali, with that recent mastery of ones, would just have more control at that speed. Oh, hold that thought. We might actually have an interesting ending here. Evoh, the huge kickoff win. Has he got the reset? Oh, he did, but just didn't get the last touch on the ball. It was a good try with the shot, though. I like the idea, just trying to clip it late and send it into the corner. But there's your final game scoreboard. It was predominantly Drali attacking and Evoh having to do a lot of defending, which he did bravely, and he did extremely well. No, they're not switching cars necessarily. Hey, let's just queue up threes. Let's ruin the Rex. They're not necessarily switching cars. They might be. Drali probably is, let's be honest. We're actually switching server. But we might need to do a few server hops here if we get a bad one for Drali, because he's got worse ping on the away server than Evoh does. Let's see what we get. I think all the East servers are good for Evoh, so he's not going to have any issues. We can test him. We can test him. I think Drali... Did Drali get pulled into the lobby here? He did. Yeah, he might. He's probably going to run with this, to be honest. I think he's going to go with that. That's a good server, from what I've seen. And of course, he's going to change car even though he's won. Yeah, he says it's fine. Excellent. Alright, we're going to run it. So I've got to set the score to 1-0 or something, and then I've got to pause it, then we've got to deplete the time remaining. And who won? Drali won. I didn't actually see who I gave the win to there, but it doesn't matter. So we're going to be on this server for 2 games. This is a chance for Evoh to do what Drali just did, and that's take control of the series on the home server before we go back to the last game on Europe. But my prediction is that Drali will win one of the US East games. I don't necessarily know which one it will be. Maybe this one, because he's got that bit of momentum coming in from game 1. But if he doesn't win with the Fennec, I think he's going back to the Octane. And he'll try and win with the Octane. So he did just that on Europe moments ago. But there's another look at the ping. So Evoh has a server in his utility room, and Drali has got a pretty good connection. I mean, for Morocco to US East, that's a brilliant connection. That's about as good as you could ever hope for. And it's definitely playable for him. We've seen him beat Daniel with this ping. Let's see if he can beat Evoh as well. Evoh off to a good start. Almost opening the scoring. Does have a monstrous boost lead. Oh, and he slots his shot. Doesn't even need the boost advantage anymore. So he got the immediate goal. And very nicely done. Just peeling away to grab the boost in the corner. Just in time for the ball to reach him. So Drali going to respond immediately. And this is the kind of kickoff adaptation I was hoping to see out of Moxie earlier. Look at the timing there for Drali, and you'll even notice that he steers to the right because he saw that's where Evoh was going to be hitting the ball. So even last second adjustment from Drali to maximize the efficiency of his kickoff. And he's got another one to go in his favor here. Another early reset on the ball. Goes for the mind game. It's kind of a chip touch to the bottom corner being attempted by Drali, but it has gone wide of the net. Evoh builds up some pace. Shot lacking some. You have to watch out for the counterattacks. Both of these guys are more than capable of lobbing those shots on target. And it's Evoh who's going to be the first one to get a goal on the transition. Just managed to nip in the way of, or out of the way of that demo. Drali was just trying to go for a complete demo play there on Evoh. He was ignoring the ball, trying to sideswipe Evoh, catch him off guard. And an early challenge. Great read by Drali. Saw that Evoh was trying to take a soft touch and bring the ball down. And he's just taking control here. Fakes the demo, or threatens the demo. Drali completely denied by the early challenge of Evoh though. Evoh getting a bit unlucky that he didn't have a shot on net there. Just ran away from him slightly. I think Drali's scoring. He's caught Evoh out of position, and he will be able to get that in with a 50-50 on the goal line. Close games here. Very close games. It's pretty cool to see because with the recent 3v3 show matches that were played cross-server, none of the series seemed to be that close. We saw, I've spoken about it a few times recently, we saw Guild against an NA super team, we saw Queso against an NA super team that was probably even better on paper. And we've seen NRG beat BDS in a scrim on their server. BDS beat NRG in a scrim on their server. Everybody wins on their server when it's threes, but in ones, we've seen players take series off each other on the away server. And here's Drali again. Doesn't matter how many times a flip reset air dribble gets denied, he just goes for more. I love the switch up here though. He's been trying to land the reset early in the air dribble almost every time. Now he air dribbles a little bit forward, gets the reset late, and that's, I think, caught Evoh off guard. He was expecting him to just stick with the vanilla air dribble through and through. BDS and NRG tied on the EU server. No, BDS won 3-2 on the EU server. So I don't think there's been a series win. Well, I mean, that's also scrims, so even if BDS did beat NRG on the NA server, it wouldn't even matter, or vice versa. But I think in show matches and tournaments, there's been no recorded cross-server wins or cross-region wins for any team in the world except Sandrock Gaming. I think Sandrock Gaming are the only team who have won a cross-region match on the away server in like the past year and a half. I don't think anybody else has done that. Maybe we'll see that in one of the IWO tournaments that's coming up soon. Let's wait and see. Lovely jump there by Drali to skip over the demo. Evoh has switched up the defensive strategy. He was backing off and trying to shadow for most of game one. And now that he's back on the American servers, he's just lunging in, and this is something he loves to do. Oh my! Well, Drali going for the fastest defense to offense transition possible. Pre-jump interception into floor pinch. That would have been outrageous. Again, he's got Evoh in his sights. That's a lot of power. Forcing Evoh to land inside the net will give Drali a follow-up shot, but he's actually just sent it straight into Evoh. Drali knows that this is a dangerous position. Jumps off early again to avoid the demo. Oh, I guess, well, White Demons have, but wasn't that against South America? Or who did White Demons beat on an away server? Who did True Neutral beat on an away server? I don't know about that. That's cool, though. White Demons and Guild beat South American teams, but every team in those matches were playing on the away server, and if anything, the European teams had the slightly better ping, so you'd call it closer to home for them. But yeah, in Middle East versus EU, and well, Europe teams literally never play on Middle East, so they can't even try. Well, I'm sure that they would get some wins if they did try. Who's going to be taking this first US East game? Drali trying to hit him with the air dribble bump, and he will. Evoh committed to the low save extremely early here, and Drali saw that. Spirals downwards into him with a heavy hit, sends it into the net. Pressure on Evoh. Needs to win this game to stay in control of the series, to stay in control of the set, I should say. Well, it's in Drali's hands at the moment. Very much so. And Drali is going to take the ball away from danger. Oh my goodness. The little steer to the side to demo Evoh out of the frame. That's some mastery of positioning from Drali. And he's just going too fast for Evoh to keep up. There's no way that Evoh can match him here. Drali transitions from the wall into the goal, off the back wall as well. Just too precise, too quick, too decisive. And now a 2-goal lead. Evoh might be about to get one back. Not quite. He tried with the kickoff goal. And now an early turn as well, but that's also been denied. Drali back on form. He's had back-to-back losses in show matches on the EU server. Once to Ashley, once to Luis. But he said he wasn't in form for those matches, and he is in form tonight. And he might be right about tonight, because this is a good look for Drali versus Evoh. And now it becomes a question of, will Evoh be able to take that game in the second US East match? We're staying on this server for one more, and the pressure is absolutely on Evoh. If he wants to tie this set, he needs to win on US East, and then he also needs to win on Europe as well. But step one is just get that US East win. But we really haven't seen the same level of pressure, the same level of possession from Evoh on the home server that we saw from Drali. Both players will be changing car here. Drali changes car literally all the time, so Evoh says the same thing. That's so impressive. Drali is a beast, an absolute beast. I mean, there's a lot of these young players who are extremely good on the away server. We saw Daniel with multiple EU wins, tying Jorias on EU, beating Jack. Then we've seen Drali beat Daniel on the away server. He's just taken a game off Evoh as well. A lot of cross-server wins in 1v1, and that's not even when without even talking about any of the cross-server wins when you include Middle East players. Wait a minute, what is that engine sound I hear? There's no way. There's no way. Oh my goodness. Drali hit the random. He randomed him. Did they both random cars? I can't believe this. Oh dear, well, already Evoh is suffering the dumbest consequences. Oh dear, 2 open net misses inside 10 seconds. Is he going to go for the hat trick of open net misses? Look at the control. He's taking his time. Oh, he's really taking his time with that one. He didn't want the hat trick of open nets. Oh man, Domegalo minus for a reason, guys. For a reason. Oh, Drali with a fake kickoff in ones. What is that about? He's flipped the wrong way. I don't think he meant to flip here. He's tried to side flip into the ball, but his initial jump actually flipped him because 2 of his wheels were off the wall. You'll see here, yeah, he didn't have all his wheels on the wall, so he just flipped. Well, this is a pretty good chance for Evoh to take a game on this server, I would say, because Drali is all over the place. What is happening here? What is he doing? Well, he's own goaling. Why is this a set of 4? It's a set of 4 because we're trying out this new set of 4 format. I think it can be a pretty good one in a tournament setting. Maybe not in an isolated incident. Obviously, a show match is good if you have a, actual winner. But I wanted to test this format, see how it feels to, for length of a set, and see how it plays when you go one server, then 2, then back to the other one again. Here comes their first real attack for Drali. Evoh's not having any of it. I might have to go on Drali's car for no other reason except that Evoh's boost is so annoying. I can't believe how annoying that boost is. What is the boost? Or is it the engine noise? It's got to be the boost. I'm hearing like this screech or something. I've got an idea actually. I'm going to turn down the game sound by a little bit. There we go. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, that is so much better here. There we go. So anyway, since we're just in the start of this game, I was going to mention, since a lot of people have been asking, yeah, IWO is going to be, I think, is it this week or is it starting next week for OCE and for Japan? I say Japan because they're the team who are probably going to win it, although it's, I think, Asia mainland is the region. But, yeah, you can catch that, I think, at the end of this week or the start of next week. And then you also have the Europe, Middle East, Africa one next week. I think it's in a week from today or something. That's a great challenge from Drali. Not the best bounce for him to work with. Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to watch. Did anybody watch the what do you call it? Who was it? Or was it was BS Plus? Did anybody watch the BS Plus I just called it the BS Plus competition this weekend. I suppose it is the BS Plus competition. Pretty nutty mechanics from Drali on that attack, but didn't have enough momentum to get there. What happens if it's a tie? Then it's a tie. It's a draw. Draws are a thing. But yeah, I watched a little bit of the BS competition stream. Really cool to see that Bubble Teams and also Sandrock as well getting invited to play in tournaments in the off season. Hopefully there's a lot more of that. So first of all, well, props to BS Plus for running that. That's a cool event. Hopefully it went well. But I wanted to talk about it actually at some point tonight because I just remembered right now. Whenever I tuned into the chat, what is it with like the EU bubble or the fans of EU bubble teams and their hatred for Middle East teams? It's so weird. I was so baffled by some of the Twitch chat that I was seeing in the well, in the stream. It's really, really weird. Just like borderline racism, if I'm honest. Like, I think some of the Rock League community really need to level up in real life. Super weird vibes I was getting. So I didn't really tune in for that long. But yeah. I don't want to like say that the event, it was the event's fault or anything. I think it's just like Twitch chat trolls predominantly. It's not the event's fault at all. Oh my. Oh my! Drali, undeterred by the random preset, gets her one reset on the ceiling, another one on the ball, and then a pre-flip finish into the upper shelf of the net. He might be actually getting a late comeback on the go here. Starting to hit his stride. Is this the Proteus, I'm going to say? I think it's the Proteus. Oh, he is hitting his stride. That's another one. One goal game again. And to make matters worse for Evoh, it's 3 in a row for Drali, if I'm not mistaken. And just a reminder, anybody who's just tuning in, I am watching mainly from Drali's POV because Evoh's got a super annoying boost trail equipped, so I don't want to listen to it from that close range. I'm not sure about that shot selection for Evoh. He's given away possession. He will back it up with a great clutch demo and nearly an open net miss, which would have made sense since it is a Dominus, of course, but he's actually scored it. What tournament? BS Plus competition. The Org BS Plus competition. That's the team that Achronic, Freaky, and Godsmill play for. They ran a tournament for 7 European bubble teams. Well, they're not really bubble teams. They're actually legitimately like top tier teams now, some of them. And Sandro Gaming. Pretty weird format. They took the format from the winter split of Grid, where it's like the 4-team group, or the 4-team group stage, where everybody qualifies for playoffs. So it's like the most pointless group stage ever. It's like a 4-team group stage where no one gets eliminated. And that I am going to call out. BS Plus, if you do this event again, that format is straight trash. Like, it's so stupid to have a group stage for not to eliminate anyone. Like, you got to eliminate someone from a group stage, in my opinion. I casted the Grid format for winter. I casted that. The group stage just felt like such a formality because no one was eliminated. Now, obviously, RLCS were experimenting with new formats, and after they ran that, they were like, yeah, let's switch it up for the next one. So props to RLCS, props to Psionics, and everybody behind the scenes there for innovating throughout the season, figuring out what's good and what's bad. But hey, BS Plus, you don't have the same excuse. What was that? You've seen it not work in one event. Why would you run it in your event? Oh man, that format is so pointless to me. But again, I don't want to just sound like I'm, you know, putting down on TOs who are running stuff, because it is great to see TOs coming in, putting on these events for these teams in the off season. I hope it continues. I hope they had a good event. I hope they run it back with a different format. But yeah, props to them for running it in the first place. Seriously, not enough TOs in the past. Well, actually, there's been a lot of TOs maybe in the past year, but there's definitely not been throughout Rocket League's history. Right, we're gonna go back to Europe for the last game here, guys. We're about to find out, is Drali gonna just hop in here and play in a normal car? Or is he going to try and style on Evoh in a random preset again? Okay. It's the company car. It's back to business for both players. The Fennec is in the building. So, okay. I don't know what that was about. I'm not sure why they both did random car for Game 3, but it seemed to work pretty well for Evoh. It seemed to work pretty well for Evoh because he managed to random car a car that's actually played sometimes. And I think he's probably played it before. Yeah, this is exciting. Chance now for Evoh. If nothing else, that Game 3 did give Evoh... Oh my goodness, Drali's just broken the ball. Is that in? It's hit the bar. Surprised the ball didn't burst there. That pinch was ridiculous. Yeah, we might actually have a chance to see Evoh get the series, or I should say the set tie here. Great challenge in the corner, but Drali's recovery is exceptional. And Evoh will try and stick around, I'm sure, here. See if the boost seal is on the cards. It isn't. But he's not going to be too upset with this outcome. So although it's a precarious position for someone like Evoh, this is absolutely fine. Okay, it's not fine anymore because he's completely beamed it, but it was fine. And it should have remained fine because he'd done the hard part. And then he just decided that his people needed him at the sidewall or something. Less Fortnite, more Rocket League, says Drali. Seems the game has taken an effect on your Rocket League game. Oh, the trash talk is coming out. Oh my goodness, Evoh getting called out a little bit here in the first minute. Is he going to just hit him with the clip immediately? He went for it. Pretty easy save for Drali eventually, though. He winds up a hook shot. Had to settle for a 50 because Evoh is right in his face. I love that from Drali. He didn't wait until late in the game and kick him while he's down. He kicked him while he's like still definitely standing. Might be, you know, he's taken a couple of jabs already this game. Drali's jabbed Evoh a couple of times. Now he's talking trash. He's not kicked him while he's down like after the game called him out. He's actually done it with plenty of time for Evoh to respond. Oh, what a save. And he might actually get a goal here. Evoh has tried, and he will, to sneak one in after just landing on the ball as it was bouncing on target. Funnily enough, I think both players in that last Drali attack were getting a touch on that as it bounced off the crossbar. Fortnite is taking my hours right now, he said. 180 past 2 isn't enough, question mark. Wait, does Evoh have 180 hours of Fortnite or Rocket League? Which game has he got 180 hours of in the past 2 weeks? That's insane. That's like the entire 2 weeks, isn't it? How many hours are in a week? It's like 72, right? Oh no, it'd be double of that. 72 in 1 week of daytime. That's like the worst math I've probably ever done in my head. It's probably the worst math I've ever done. But no, it's definitely not 72. That's not even close. I like counted 1 week and only daytime. Oh, nice flick by Drali. He's going to try and slow roll him here. Makes sense after the trash talk he's already sent his way. And he will lead by 2. Drali actually using a strat similar to that Luis was able to use against him in their recent show match. That was a off-the-wall transition that Luis used to great effect. I wonder if Drali's been taking notes of that one. You counted 6 days of daytime? Yeah. Yeah, that's actually true. I did. I counted 6 days of daytime. True. Not even a week of daytime. I'm just completely off. It is 1:30 in the morning, so that's my excuse. But that's the only excuse I'm going to make because, let's be honest, that was a very appalling attempt at mathematics. But that's still like ridiculous hours if you have 180 hours past 2. Because think about it like this. So a lot of pros consider Rocket League a full-time job. Most people would think of a job as 40-hour weeks. So 80 hours in 2 weeks would be a full-time job worth of hours. So if you're doing 180 hours, you're actually doing way more than double. What's this conversation been saying? He says, I've dropped from that. I don't know how I got 180, says Evoh. So I'm guessing, based on this conversation, that Evoh had 180 hours in Rocket League in 2 weeks. Which is... that's an incredible amount. That's actually nearly 13 hours. Nearly 13 hours per day. Which is crazy. I mean, you gotta just be eating, sleeping, and playing Rocket League if you're doing that. I mean, I guess you could still sleep a healthy amount and get all your meals in. I guess with the queues that these guys have, you could probably get your meals in between queues. Yeah, that's some MMO grinding. Exactly. Yeah, that's actually... that's some proper no-life grinding. But in Rocket League, a game that people usually play for far less time because it's such a quick game. You just get your 5-minute game and then you take a break. So Drali has gone back to business here for the most part, and although Evoh's kept it respectable, it really feels like Drali's got the control in this matchup, and he's had a few moments where he's given Evoh opportunities that I don't think he would have needed to give him if he was under more pressure. But that's well played this time. Evoh with a hard-earned goal. Gets it back to a 1-goal scoreline, and he's not giving up on that set tie just yet, even though I think up until now, I think Drali's been the better of the two players overall. I think he probably should have stuck to the Fennec or the Octane in Game 3 and tried to repeat what he did in Game 2. That's not what he's done, and now he's in trouble, actually. Look at the switch from Evoh. This is going to look much harder to save from Drali's perspective. Just all of a sudden, launches the shot in the bottom corner. It just shows what you can do with a small run-up if you hit the ball with the right angle. Now, can Evoh get back to this? Oh, he's got absolutely no boost. He's used all of his boost to try and get a kickoff win, and he's lost it. Oh, man. Well, okay, he didn't use all of his boost, I guess. He had one. Probably not enough. It's a bit risky there by Evoh. When you invest all your boost in the kickoff, you have to at least go even, but he lost, so. And now he's just pushed Drali into the boost in the back corner. Two very unfortunate situations for Evoh. That's happening when you push yourself to the limit. Evoh looking for the demo. Drali avoids it. And he's going for one last play. Evoh intercepts early. And Drali's somehow still on the ball. How's Evoh going to get a shot off in the final seconds? Goes for the 50. And now Drali with a mind game lets the ball do the work for him. He's trying to keep it up, actually. Drali could have just let the game end there and take his W. But he wants one more. He's not going to get one more. But neither's Evoh. And Drali does close out the set with the 3 wins. Well played. I think clearly he has the edge in the matchup at the moment. Whether it's down to Evoh's overcommitment to Fortnite recently, or just because Drali's a monster, I'll leave you to decide. I would lean towards the latter. Yeah, GG's Drali. Oh, you can't read that. He said, bye unless you get another show match. Wait, it's 2 in the morning. Never mind, I can't play. Drali's he's in a world of his own, man. What is going on? Random presets in a show match. Changing car every game. Doesn't know what time it is. And he's incredibly good at Rocket League. That's my summary of what's going on right now. But yeah. Definitely 2 to keep an eye on. I think these 2 have got great futures ahead of them in Rocket League. In North America, you might get Drali yet. You might. Not yet, though. He's still a European server player. Well, time flies when you're having fun, man. I'm glad to hear you're having fun, Drali. Probably.